FM 96.3, Waupaca Radio and Win TV. It's the 4th of July in Waupaca and everywhere else in the nation, and we are ready to kick things off with the parade down Main Street. Hi, Joni.
Hi, Wayne. It's good to be with you this morning.
Yes, we've done a few things before, but this is our first adventure announcing, and it's going to be fun.
It is. We're going to have a good time. If nothing else, we're going to have a good time. We got pretty big shoes to fill. Jim and Dan have been doing this for a lot of years, but I think we're going to have a good time, and Jim told us we're going to do well, too.
Yeah, he had a little advice for me. He's been doing this for almost 25 years. He said, don't screw up.
Oh, yeah, we got a helicopter going over.
Hey, we're starting a parade right now.
This is the Spirit One ambulance, which supports the Waupaca EMS community.
Wow.
Isn't that beautiful?
That's
Look
cool.
at that, gorgeous. They go out there when ambulances and fire departments can't get there fast enough, so they're faster to be able to fly people to hospitals. They save lives. And
Yeah.
Spirit says they just want to thank everyone for the support we have given them, not just over the last 2 months, but for the last 25 years.
Quarter century.
What a century.
What a century.
Yes. Always grateful
I
for
think,
that.
So that's the official kickoff. We're waiting for the first things to come around the corner here.
But you know what, when we talk about Independence Day, and as long as we're waiting for some floats to come around the corner, we know that the color guard is going to be up first. We all have different feelings about what Independence Day means to us. What does it mean to you, Wayne?
To me, it means, you know, there's turbulent times, there's happy times and sad times, but America, we're allowed to disagree, we're allowed to wake up in freedom, and you know, things always get better. And this is still the greatest country in the world, in my opinion. We still have people knocking down the doors to get in.
Yep, you're absolutely right. You know, there's a lot of times I sit out on my deck, not just on today. Here it comes again.
Hey.
We can get a second look at that gorgeous
Going a little faster this time.
helicopter. I think I sit out on my deck a lot of times, and I just am so grateful to be able to be who I want to be when I want to be it.
Exactly.
You know, whether I'm failing or succeeding, I still have the ability to do what I want. And that is, it's not totally unique to the world.
No.
There are lots of other countries
Absolutely.
that are like that.
But I feel blessed to be that I was born here.
Absolutely. Right.
I have food on the
Exactly.
table and I have a roof over my head, and you know, I don't have to worry too much about terrorist attacks and things like that.
You're right.
Obviously, bad things happen,
Yep.
but overall,
Yep. I can go out walking safely where I want to walk for the most part, and
without tanks going by.
without tanks going by and without bombs going off. Yeah, that's a great way. Look at all of these people we got out here. We got all
Baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, and Chevrolet. Isn't that an old something? That's an old saying, but it's stuck.
something. Yeah, it did over the years.
Speaking of hot dogs, do you know that Americans consume almost 150 million hot dogs
A year?
on July 4th?
On July 4th.
Just on July 4th.
All right, everybody, get your hot dogs ready. It's hot dog. It should be National Hot Dog Day, too.
Well, I think it
then.
is.
Is it National Hot Dog? Get your hot dogs ready. You better have some soda or some beer to go with that to keep you cool.
Yep.
I know I saw on the weather this morning that there is an excessive heat warning for this afternoon.
Stay hydrated.
So even though we're all out here in our
I am.
shorts and T-shirts enjoying this beautiful morning, keep in mind as the afternoon goes on that we need to make sure that we stay hydrated. We always have water, no soda, beer. They both dehydrate us. So lots of water.
In moderation. Just, you know.
Yeah, in moderation. Until fireworks tonight.
Right.
And then you can
When it
haul
cools off.
them out. Or with your hot dogs for supper tonight. There you go.
Or how about the chicken barbecue that follows the parade?
That's up at the park.
Yes. And they're going to have hot dogs as well.
Are you sure about that?
Yes. It tells me so right here.
Hey, there's these posters hanging up all over town. We got one of them, so we know what's going on today, which is always nice. So the chicken barbecue is up there. There's a chain skiers water ski show on Rainbow Lake, which is in King. 5:45 and 6:30 tonight, and of course there's fireworks.
The big boom.
You gotta have the big boom.
And if you're lighting your own fireworks today, please wear eye protection and you know, protect your fingers and light and run. Don't stick around.
Keep the children away and keep your animals away. And if you're lighting off fireworks, have somewhere where your animals can go down where they're outside of the noise, because
they don't like it too much.
They don't like it. I'll tell you what, I got horses, dogs, and cats, and not a single one of them likes all of that noise. It scares them because they don't know what it is.
Exactly.
And it sounds like bombs, and they want to stay safe.
270 people a minute go to emergency rooms with fireworks accidents on the 4th and around the 4th in America. So take safety precautions, because, you know, we want everybody to be here next year.
And do you know that sparklers are the biggest cause of injuries, especially in children?
And I think about it, when I was a kid, we didn't have protective anything.
No.
You know? I held firecrackers in my hands.
That's
you
right.
know, and
That's right.
Thank God I have all my digits. Hey, a bug.
And a bug.
A
bug came up to bug us.
There you go. And I see lights. It looks like we're starting the parade here.
We are. We have the kickoff.
With the city squad car.
And the color guard and veterans.
Oh, the sirens are going. We're officially on the way for the 2018 Waupaca Independence Day Parade here on FM 96.3.
Welcome to the parade. It's nice to have this televised both on the radio and on Win TV.
Win TV.
For those of us that can't make it to the parade, we're working or...
And it'll also be on YouTube.
Challenge, and it'll be on YouTube. So you can cut out your favorite parts. And
now, this is funny. A squad car looks very patriotic, and it looks all colorful and nice. From this angle, it looks a whole lot better than when it's in my rearview mirror with the lights on.
That's exactly right. We're happy to see lights if they're not chasing us, right?
And of course, we thank the Waupaca Police Department for keeping us safe.
We do. They were actually on. We had a police officer on what's happening in Waupaca just recently, and they were talking about safety. And they're not out to pick on people. They really aren't. And they're not out to just get a quota of tickets. They're out to keep us safe. And that's an important job, and it's a dangerous job.
And
so,
right behind the squad car is the VFW Post 1037 and auxiliary color guard and veterans. The audience giving them a big standing ovation, which they deserve. I will give them a salute myself. Thank you, thank you.
You know, it's when you go into the service, you go in there signing a blank check to the U.S.
Yes.
to the U.S. government, not knowing if you're going to come home, or you're going to be injured, or you're going to come home in a casket, and that is
and some come home with broken bodies, broken spirits, but they do it for us.
Yeah, and it's a military. The American Legion Post and the auxiliary are certainly military support organizations of wartime veterans. And those are really important organizations to have around, because they do a lot of good things.
Without them, we don't have 4th of July celebrations.
Without the military, you're right.
Exactly. And this looks like a bigger crowd than last year. It really does.
You know, I saw it from, I was on the float last year, so I saw it from an entirely different angle. I saw it from people who were wanting candy. And everybody.
Right.
So this is a great crowd. We're glad everybody's out and about today.
Everybody wearing their patriotic colors. I see red, white, and blue pretty much everywhere.
I know. You know what I read while I was looking up some interesting things to talk about? was that the 4th of July was first considered a federal holiday in 1941.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. 1941 was when it became
Whoa.
a federal holiday. Got a rifle salute.
But they celebrated long before that.
They did. They celebrated back in 1776. George Washington gave all of his troops a double shot of, was it rum or was it whiskey?
And they fired off 13 cannons to represent the 13 colonies.
So here we have the American Legion Post 161 from the Wisconsin Veterans Home in King.
And another standing ovation, well deserved.
Well deserved. Thank you, veterans. What a handsome group of guys and women.
Absolutely.
Huh? All gave some gave all.
Full uniform and dress. That's got to be hot.
And they're proud of it.
Yes.
I know a lot of veterans, and everyone who goes into the service gives something. So thank you again. And those are Sheriff. There's a cool ride today in the convertible.
I wonder what year that is.
And we got you're hearing more of the rifle salutes. There's another cool ride today. That's the only thing the people that are watching and listening on the radio don't get is all this candy that's being thrown out.
And this is the disabled American Veterans of Manawa.
Serving all of Waupaca County, Tigerton, Hortonville, Shiocton to help disabled veterans all over the area.
Waupaca American Legion Council.
They have 8 posts in the area. And the entry is sponsored, I'm just going to mention this, by Heroes in the Water.
Perfect. I hear patriotic music.
You know, we really need to thank this crowd for being so respectful and thankful to
look
the
at all the
veterans.
flags.
Military Order of the Purple Hearts. And then we have the Disabled American Veterans.
And the Grand Marshal from Bethany.
The VFW.
Bethany committed to service for over 120 years. I hope the listeners can hear this music. God Bless America piping through the speakers.
I know, and we've got a great vocalist right in a car coming down that you're going to see in just a minute.
Red, white, and blue Jeeps.
And it's wonderful, you can see the vocalist, that's Ron Reynolds singing for us. Beautiful voice.
It's a huge American flag. I love this gentleman's top hat.
Look at all that red, white, and blue gear. That's an old flag, too.
Yes.
That isn't a new one. Making sure they keep it up in the air respectfully.
Yeah.
I like this holiday. We all get to take out our red, white, and blue and wear it all together, and we don't match at all except for the colors. And the crazier we're dressed, the better we look. Isn't that right?
Exactly. Perfect. It's second to Halloween.
Right. And this coming up is the chairman of the board, Bill Lipschultz. Happy to see him. I like the little gazebo he's in.
Chamber of Commerce. Without them, the parade doesn't happen. And there's the mayor. Hi, Mayor Smith.
And we have Mayor Smith out there saying hi to everybody with what I'll bet is 2 of his granddaughters.
And the Waupaca High School Marching Band.
Were you ever in a marching band when you were a kid?
I was in orchestra.
Ah.
Played the bass.
Gotcha.
If you would like to support the band, the 14th annual Waupaca's Own an Evening of Musical Theater, Saturday, July 14, 7 p.m. Waupaca High School. All proceeds going to the Rotary Club of Waupaca and Waupaca High School Music Department.
Next, we have the Wisconsin Veterans Home at King, who's been caring for America's heroes for 130 years.
Another round of applause from the crowd.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, if you ever get a chance to get out there, it's a beautiful place, beautiful grounds, beautiful cemetery.
Gold Cross ambulance with the lights on. Looking very patriotic because it's blue with red and white lights. And here is something that the kids are really going to enjoy. The Waupaca Fire Department rolling by. I'm supposed to let everyone know that the chief is driving the truck, and the gentleman on the trailer that just went by are the firefighters that are retiring this year.
Retired firefighters, thank you for your service. Tell you, we don't think about it until we have a fire.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that true?
And hopefully. Well, fire and rescue. You and I have done the polar plunge. Not that we jumped in the water, but we covered the polar plunge a couple seasons ago. And the fire department also rescues people not only from fires, but from ice.
From polar plunges,
yeah,
I
from
think.
polar plunges.
This is the Waupaca Fire Department going past.
Lots of lights and sirens.
I always feel kind of sad when they go past with the sirens on, because it's almost always bad news. But we're sure grateful you guys are there.
And you know, I found it very interesting. They did the demonstration at the polar plunge about how they save people when they fall through the ice with the harnesses and the rafts and the water suits, and that's a lot of training. And I've also at one of the other parks or events here in Waupaca, I saw the Jaws of Life thing, where they basically rip apart a car to get somebody out without ripping that person apart.
Right. That's incredible. They got all of their trucks out here today, isn't that fun?
Every single one of them.
And a bunch of kids.
And we hope they don't have to use any of them tonight to put out any fires from fireworks.
And here comes the Waupaca Fire Department with their sirens. It's always fun to hear the sirens here.
So we can officially say that Main Street is painted red right now.
That's exactly right. When I was out talking to some people last year along the streets, I heard some kids say that the sirens were their favorite part.
Not only a fire truck, but a fire boat.
That's what saves us all from the polar plunge.
Not jumping in the water is what saves me.
I've always been tempted to do that, but I don't know. And here we see the Scandinavia Volunteer Fire Department. My husband was a volunteer fireman up in Rhode Island. You get called at all hours to go out and help people. That's quite the...
In Scandinavia, not to wish summer away, of course, the big corn roast every year in Scandinavia. This year,
yeah.
August 3rd through the 5th, truck
We have
pulls, tractor pulls, and of course, corn at no charge on the Sunday.
Yep, Iola and Rural Fire Department. We are still all dressed in red.
We are still all red. Horns and sirens and lights.
All grateful for what we get for service from them when we need it. And they're great teachers too, by the way. The fire departments and police departments like to teach, you know, classes and how things work and
well, you've had them on What's Happening in Waupaca.
I have.
On Win TV. I know, you know, safety around Halloween for the kids.
Yeah. And here we got the Ogdensburg St. Louis fire truck.
Followed by Waupaca Mobile Travel Center. I know that guy driving that truck, I think. Or maybe it's this one.
There's the other one. The first one was for four-wheelers. The second one's for big trucks.
Yep. And they get used a lot, especially wintertime here.
They do. We got to watch our body temperatures and our cars, too. And there's Fable.
Holy mackerel, that was a loud horn.
That was a cool siren. That's a pretty truck they've got.
And what do we have here? Carousel Gymnastics. Look at these cute kids.
USA Gymnastics Club, dedicated to develop happy, healthy, and self-confident kids through a fun and creative environment. Tell you what, somersaults are pretty fun. What else do they do? Balance beams, parallel bars.
I did a cartwheel the other day. I thought it was like riding a bike. It's not.
No. I've never managed a cartwheel.
Look at this old police car.
That is, if I remember right, is this a 1951?
54, 50?
We're in the 50s, summer 1951 Ford squad car is what I think that one is.
That just passed by.
He's out of order. Isn't that a cool car? That's an Andy Griffith.
But this is Park Vista. Look at the balloons. Great balloon display here, Park Vista.
Independent and assisted
retirement.
So it's a great place to go as you don't want to take care of your house anymore.
They've been a big part of this community for quite a while.
And they're throwing candy. We got to remember that. And the Park Vista van.
Coming next, we got the big rig. Waupaca Senior Center. Oh, they got all kinds of good things happening up there.
They provide adults 55 years and older opportunities for wellness, education, recreation to help you be healthier.
They're doing recreation right now. That looks like fun.
I like that song, Neil Diamond.
Very appropriate for today, America.
I know. They're going to stop and perform for us. Boy, they look like they're having fun.
That's just original entertainment there, you know. Beat the big bouncy balls like they're drums. Hats off to Chris, our camera guy there, getting a great shot of the entertainment.
And we got a lot of hard-working cameras around here. We got Josh, who's kind of running the show.
He's the brains.
He is. He's the brains and a lot of hard work. And
Durant's
Chris is
here.
on the camera.
Durant is on camera.
Yep. What do we got here,
Bonnie's Bloomers, beautiful flowers. Full-service garden center, florist shop. Bonnie's Bloomers. Foundations for Living is coming up next. Resource center for those in need and transition with programs, classes, and helps.
And they're talking about Sleep Out 2018. A couple of years ago, it was right here in the park behind us.
I don't know where they're going to do it this year because I think this is going to be construction maybe.
They do it after it gets cool.
Adventure
too,
Outfitters. Today would be a good day to get a kayak.
It would be. Be a good day to be on the water.
Anywhere on the water would be nice. Oh, another favorite part of the parade, motorcycles. Christian Motorcycle Association. Rev up those Harleys. And I can pretty much guarantee these are made with American parts.
Can you guarantee me that?
Almost, unless
Almost?
they...
What a great group of bikes.
Yeah, excellent. I think everybody loves the revving engine of a motorcycle. Unless it's going by your house at 3 in the morning, you have the windows open.
Well, that could be a little loud. There are not too many motorcyclists that'll do that, though. And right here coming up, we have the Fire on Ice Queen and her court.
Yay.
Carried in the back of a pickup truck.
Races held in February. I don't even want to think about that.
I don't know. An afternoon like today, as hot as it is, I might be saying, where's February?
We're lucky. It's partly overcast today. Blue skies, big white clouds, but we don't have the sun beating down on us.
That is true. Makes it a lot more
tolerable.
Comfortable. And if you wanted to find out what else is going on in the area this fun weekend and holiday, you can go to the WaupacaMemories.com website. It's the Waupaca Chamber of Commerce. And find out what's going on. That sounds like fun for you and your family.
Girl Scout Troop 2533.
They teach young girls to learn, to help, respect fellow persons in an environment while having fun. I was in the Girl Scouts for a lot of years as a kid.
I was a brownie.
Were you? I ate a lot of brownies.
I recognize that truck. That's the Folks truck. Big green truck with the gold lightning bolt on the side. Founded in 1946, celebrating 70 years in business.
Look at that float, remembering our fallen who fought for our freedom.
It's a beautiful float, beautiful.
I know, it's got all of the gravestones and the wreaths on it.
Flags of all of the military.
Right, for those of you that are listening on the radio, the whole flatbed was a cemetery for our nation's, for the people who have fallen to give us our freedom.
Here's Right Way. New transportation for the school districts starting now.
For Waupaca, they're going to be taking our kids safely to and from.
Not just school, but also, you know, sporting events and other outside activities.
Next is the Waupaca Independent Party. And this I like what they said, for anyone interested in the Democratic Party.
As simple as it gets. And you should ride one of those.
You know what? I really should.
I don't know what that is exactly.
It's a four-wheel bicycle. It's a great little, and it's got the top on it, so it saves you from the heat and the sun.
That's one thing I forgot today. I should have brought my sombrero.
Wrong holiday.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a Cinco de
My Gilligan's hat.
Cinco de Mayo. Gilligan's hat might have done it.
Founded in 1980, Chain of Lakes Express. Proud hauler for the Waupaca Foundry.
Yep. And he's doing what's called bobtailing. Means he doesn't have a trailer behind him.
But he's got a whole lot of red, white, and blue decorating that rig.
He does. Everything from the top to the bottom and things in his...
And a cute kid in a wagon.
Window sleepers. Looks wonderful. Thanks for being part of the parade, everybody who is here today. Thanks for being part of this celebration.
Now, Knights of Columbus. They're heading down to South Park for the chicken barbecue.
You know what? I'm pretty hungry today. That sounds tasty, doesn't it?
You just had breakfast and you're already talking about lunch.
I know.
It's the 4th of July.
That's right. And next up, we have the WaupacaOnline.net truck. Mark is driving. Brendan is throwing candy.
Josh is throwing candy at Mark.
At Mark.
Win TV. Waupaca Online, by the way, expanding all over the county.
Yeah, that's a very exciting thing for the whole thing.
Of course, this parade will be on Win TV, also Win TV YouTube channel, and we're on Waupaca Radio, FM 96.3 right now.
Everything kind of comes out of the same few rooms downstairs.
Jim's Roofing Service rolling by. Steel roofs, they last, what, 100 years?
100 years. You put one
on and you don't have to worry about it.
For the rest of your life. Maybe your grandkids have to. They're nice roofs.
Catholic United Financial response unit that goes out to help in disaster recovery for natural disasters. So I'm assuming tornadoes. Hopefully we don't see too many of those
up here.
This season.
Yep, tornado floods. We just came out of a very rainy spring.
We had a blizzard in April.
We did toward the end of April.
So anybody, just don't forget about that. Don't complain about the heat today. Stay hydrated and enjoy. My joke is Wisconsin, 2.5 weeks of summer, 8 months of winter, and the rest of the time is divided between fall and spring.
Now we got Nice Guys Lawn Care and Landscape. And the guy in the back of the float is driving a zero-turn radius lawnmower. That was kind of a fun float with family and friends in there. Close-up shot of some people across the street. That's pretty cool. Look at that American flag on that T-shirt.
And I don't know if you saw behind us, there's a group of gentlemen at a table playing cards. They're not even interested in the parade.
Hey, but they sure are enjoying
But they're enjoying the weather and
That's
the spirit of the event.
And here we have the Parfreyville UMC. See their food too, turkey dinner. I think they're cooking Brenda the turkey, they say here.
Yeah, that's... Oh, there's Brenda the turkey. See Brenda the turkey? Right there.
There's Brenda the turkey.
I hope they don't cook Brenda the turkey.
That's what I was just thinking. Little float. Turkey dinner. Neville Motors allows people to borrow a lot of vehicles every year for
Iola Car Show. That looks like Herbie to me. Their theme this year, movie cars. Car show July 12th through the 14th in Iola. Food, camping, 3-day passes, 1-day passes. And you know what I'm excited about?
What's that?
The Fonz is going to be there. Henry Winkler will be at the car show.
Oh, man.
Hey.
Hey. Yeah. Here's the name. You got to be old like us to remember him, don't you?
I think he's pretty iconic in reruns and things. He was one of my first heroes. The Fonz and the $6 Million Man.
He was such a good guy.
And we talked about the Scandinavia corn roast, and look at that. August 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And that's a big cob of corn on that float.
They're already cooking?
They're starting already.
They're starting already.
I think the corn, no charge on the Sunday the 5th.
That's good corn, too.
And
I
always
like
a great event. Another family event. A big thing here in central Wisconsin. In the small town of Scandinavia. 50 years of 50 years.
And look at there, we have kids on the float. We have not only that big cob of corn over the fire, but we have 2 little corn cobs in green, dressed up and waving at people.
By August, they'll be adults.
That's probably right. Here we have the Grassroots Republicans. Let's say it again for anyone who's interested in Republicans. And they're hauling themselves an elephant. That's a baby elephant. You know, having the trunk up is always good luck.
Is it?
It is.
Perfect. I didn't know that.
Trunk down is bad luck. Trunk up is good luck. So that's the Wisconsin County GOP.
State Representative Kevin Peterson, representing Waupaca, 40th Assembly District. I've met Mr. Peterson. Thumbs up to everybody.
And he's walking. He's walking alongside the car saying hi to everybody. That's pretty cool. And here comes Luther Olson doing the same thing. Represents the 14th Senate District. Music coming out of the back of their truck.
That is an old truck right there, Digger's Excavation.
Back when they were easy to work on.
Before you needed a computer science degree.
That's right.
To change a tire. Followed by the big rig here that does the excavating. Excavating? Is that a word?
Excavating?
I said excavating.
Those are pretty fun. On his on the float, they have a mini excavator. Those are pretty fun. And he's got a big dog, looks like a lab, waving at us from the stuff. The person inside a costume lab waving.
That's got to be hot.
He'll be interested in getting to the park, South Park, for a swim and then the barbecue.
Then we go water.
So there's the excavating.
Arby's. They have the meats. Celebrating the 4th of July is the Waupaca Parade here on Waupaca Radio, FM 96.3.
And Win TV.
Win TV.
It's going to be on YouTube. We're going to be on YouTube forever, you know.
I actually had to primp a little bit. You know, I have a great face for radio. I'm going to be on TV.
Yeah, that's what I always
tried.
say.
I apologize, folks. I tried. I did the best with what I got.
I don't know. We got pretty big ear things on today. And here we have Maverick Pumping Service.
CMC Spider LLC.
That's a bulldog on the
big
side
red
of his truck.
They painted that truck just for the parade.
For the red, it looks good too.
It does.
Looks like it was freshly painted. And here coming up, we have Packerland Portables. All of those porta potties that we need whenever we go out and about.
Well, you know the big thing these days is the small houses. That's the original small house.
That would. You know, that's a really awful thought. Who do we have here? Let's change the subject.
We have the Waupaca Community Theater, I believe.
No, I think this is the First Baptist Church.
Oh, it looks like a theater presentation. They have a pyramid and a pharaoh.
Good-looking pharaoh on there in front of a pyramid.
Looks like he's right out of Raiders of the Lost Ark, or
I like that hat.
the Mummy.
Yeah.
Beautiful costume. Here's the community theater. '21st consecutive musical theater production by and for the Waupaca community.
They're also part of the Waupaca Fine Arts Festival.
Lots of flags, lots of smiles.
Lots of red, white, and blue banners and
Singing.
performing for us. That looks like Annie in front, right?
Yes, that is Annie. July 28th, 29th, August 2nd, 3rd, 4th.
And there we got a bunch of kids following the
Still doing the
theater.
Beauty and the Beast coming up, I guess.
I think that's what we had in the t-shirts. Just ahead of us was the Beauty and the Beast kids.
Farmel Tractor. Bartle Grain Hauling. I wonder if those are going to be in the tractor pulls.
Oh, probably. Those are some old tractors. Red. Farmalls are one of those tractors that live forever, like John Deere's and
Yep.
Cases, and don't hit me if I missed one of them.
That's another Falks Brothers truck with a very cool painting on the side.
Of a snow leopard.
I'm glad it says that because I was going to say it's a tiger.
Same family, same.
They have the same eyes.
It's they're spotted. I think I just read an article on them, and I'm not going to remember all of it. I think they're endangered.
Hence probably why they're on the side of the truck.
Wendy Griffith is the artist of that
Beautiful job.
painting on the side of that truck. Tell you what, if you're listening on the radio.
And there's Douglas Fletcher on his 3-person bike. That looks like another ride you should try out.
You know, I used to ride a 2-person bike. Those are fun.
Did you find someone to ride with you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I used to make my sister. She didn't like to, but I made her anyway.
Remax Lions Real Estate. Waupaca and Portage counties and Waupaca County.
You know, it's a lot of work to be in these parades. These people with the floats. I'd have to wash my vehicle. That's a lot of work, and then they decorate them. Remax has 2 trucks here with us today.
And a balloon.
And a mini race car.
You can ride the bike. I'll take the car.
There's a kid that's having a good time today.
I might fit one leg in there. And this is great. The Waupaca Chain Skiers nonprofit organization puts on water ski shows at the Veteran Home in King on Rainbow Lake, including today. They're part of the 4th of July celebration junior show, 5:45, main show at 6:30. I'll see them standing on top of each other. They're going to do that while moving on skis.
I know, scary, isn't it?
I have trouble getting up on skis, much less standing on somebody on skis.
They put on quite the show. They do that in front of the King Veterans Home and put on shows for them.
Great organization.
I like the neon pink shirts they're wearing. Very visible out on the road. Water. On the water.
Got to watch for sharks. That keeps the sharks away in the lake.
It probably does. You know, the Waupaca Lake, some of them have a little bit of trouble, but I don't think they've found any sharks yet. There's Farmer State Bank.
Here's a classic car. I do not know what kind of car.
And it's for Tim Wiltz for sheriff.
Looking for your support to be the next sheriff of Waupaca County.
I think that's an old Ford. That could be a Model A.
Voting is August 14th.
Sounds good. And there he is, walking behind, waving at everybody, drinking water, by the way. What are we saying about staying hydrated?
With all kinds of supporters in red and white t-shirts. We'll wave back. Also has a truck behind with a float of some sort.
What's on that float?
$90 degrees. I'm looking at the temperature. We have a big clock right across the street here.
You know, 3-4 years ago, it was 100 at parade time. Really warm that day.
We are actually having summer this. Last year we didn't hit 90 once.
I know.
This year we hit 90 in May. I'm loving it.
No, I like the last 2 years where we didn't hit 90. I like the warm weather. I like summertime. 75 is
Bring the heat.
75 is perfect for me. So this is Tim Wiltz's float following flags, lots of flags, and crepe paper, and red, white, and blue. Nice float, good job.
Zietlow stump grinding services.
I'll bet you that's a stump grinder he's hauling behind there.
It is. I haven't used them, but I've had to use a stump grinding service before. It's pretty amazing.
They can do quite the job. A whole lot faster than my tractor can do trying to rip one out. And here's a Waupaca County Fair.
That's right around the corner as well.
145 years.
August 22nd, Monster Trucks. Hairball's going to be there. Sister Hazel's going to be there.
All kinds of good happenings.
Of course, you know, cotton candy and popcorn and all kinds of good food. Or that's not good for you.
No,
rides.
Not good for you. Corn dogs.
Oh, yeah.
And foot-long hot dogs.
There we are, back to the hot dogs.
Back to food. Is it lunchtime yet? This is Trinity.
And back to hot dogs. 4th of July, 1916. Very first hot dog eating contest was held at the original Nathan's, famous at Coney Island. Current record, 72 in 10 minutes.
Wow, that's a lot of hot dogs.
That's a lot of dogs.
Waupaca area food pantry is right here with a float and a sign on it that says hunger doesn't take a holiday. And you know, I really got to give the Waupaca area a lot of credit. There's a lot of food dropped off. They take the extra vegetables out of our garden. They're very well supported by Waupaca and the generosity of its residents.
A lot of the events that happen throughout the year here accept donations for the food pantry.
Yes. You just never know when you're going to be in a position where you could use some food for your family. I mean, those kinds of things come up from time to time. Another cool convertible saying Happy July 4th to everybody.
John Deere tractor with a bunch of tykes. It's a John Deere train of sorts.
United Country Real Estate. Those trains are made out of plastic drums. I have 4 of them in my horse pasture that we
That's what they are?
Riding, yeah, and they cut out a hole and they line it with rubber and off you go. You have a little train car.
There's an old Rolls Shandy car. No, I'm kidding. I don't know what that is. But it's sharp.
It is a sharp looking car. I think we saw that going by couple hours before the parade started. Lots of us love those old cars. They're fun to look at, aren't they?
Yes, and they'll all be at the Iowa Car Show in a couple weeks. Waupaca Community Arts Board, another organization that we love. Of course, Arts on the Square.
Is that coming up here pretty soon?
Yes. Arts on the Square, Friday, August 17th and Saturday, August 18th. And with the Waupaca project, which is going to be phenomenal.
And here we have the Rotary Student Exchange Float, showing lots of different countries' flags.
Waupaca Youth Wrestling.
And exchange students are in there.
We'd like to recognize Owen Hansen and Khalib Mansell for making it the state and both placing 5th. Congratulations.
A lot of congratulations. Not easy to make state in any kind of a sport or a...
I couldn't even make it in thumb wrestling.
Haha.
Make sure you tune in to YouTube Win TV if you want to see the parade again or see yourself on the float.
Or some friends in the background.
See the parade from a different perspective, relive the fun.
And we have a lot of tendencies to go to the part that we like the best and then watch that again.
Of course.
And that's an okay thing to do.
A little hot for hockey.
Waupaca Area Youth Hockey Association.
And what do we have coming down the road here? Maybe that's the mini house. Hub Ministries.
Their mission is to provide a safe place where all people can experience community, build trusting relationships, and find wholeness and hope for the future. The Hub Ministries. Hauling a tiny house.
Yes.
This is exactly what they look like. Doesn't have any siding on it yet, but it's got windows.
Yeah, it's coming along.
There's some communities across the country that are starting to provide areas where they can put up
Mini houses.
Mini houses
Kinda like
for homeless people.
Yep.
Yep. Very basics.
Their own community.
Yes. Yep.
And there's a lot of people that are purchasing mini houses. It's actually a trend. People are downsizing and saying, you know, we don't need all this extra stuff and this extra expense and headaches of.
Yep, and we want to travel and we could bring everything with us. I'm always big on having my toothbrush in the same place, you know? And this way my toothbrush would always be in the same place. You're right. You know, you talk about those mini home communities while we're waiting for the next float to come up. You know, there's a lot of generosity in the citizens of the USA, United States of this great America, one of the most generous countries in the world as far as giving when the need arises.
And here comes the Waupaca City Band. Roll out the barrel. That's a Wisconsin theme song, I believe.
I think so.
Right after On Wisconsin.
Listen to this great band, everybody, as they go past. Folks truck is hauling them. There's a song I remember. That's a good sounding band.
And here comes some beautiful horses. What's a parade without horse droppings?
That's right, horse and buggy days. You're all hearing the applause for the band, Waupaca City Band. The horses are for the horse and buggy days in Waupaca. It's a big event in Waupaca every year. They do a horse parade. If you really like horses in a parade, there you go.
Sponsored by the Waupaca Chamber of Commerce. I grew up in the Milwaukee area. We had rodeo days in West Allis, but State Fair Park. Very much like the Manawa Rodeo, big parade.
And here we have a dirt sprint car. The driver, this is interesting, the driver is Tyler Tischendorf. He's been racing since he was 10 years old. He's now a whopping 17 years old, driving that little race car with an ATV right behind it and a Corvette right behind that. Having a good time in the parade. And here is the Caroline Lions for Colorama, which is a huge horse festival up in Caroline in October.
I see more emergency vehicles on the way. Assuming that that's the Ogdensburg Fire Department.
We've had a couple out of order today, but our sheet says Ogdensburg.
Josh is shaking his head.
Nope, because it's the Waupaca area fire district.
They're out of order. They should have been with the other trucks.
We had Waupaca area, but this is Waupaca.
They overslept.
They may have.
Or they were, maybe they were out on call.
There was a lot of fireworks last night happening. Maybe they were at the fireworks and they got to bed late. And we did see the Ogdensburg Fire Department earlier in the parade.
Yes.
And what is this RTV we've got following them? It also is a fire district vehicle. It's called an RTV.
Maybe that's used for woods and things. I don't know. And that looks like the parade is wrapping up. You can now go get your lunch.
I can. I could go get my lunch. We can go down to South Park and
chicken barbecue.
Have a chicken barbecue.
Burgers, hot dogs.
Enjoy the rest of your 4th of July, everybody.
Don't forget the Chain Skiers Water and Ski Show, 5:45 and 6:30, Rainbow Lake. And, of course, over Shadow Lake, 9:30 tonight, fireworks. WDUX, one of the sponsors, they'll have patriotic music. Of course, Waupaca Radio, FM 96.3.
Win TV.
Win TV. And it's been great. It's just the beginning of the day. 11 o'clock, 90 degrees. It's summertime 2018. Happy 4th of July, everybody.